For third place. These results earned manager Dean Castelli the Manager of the Year award. Today, Dennis and Jeff are pleased to present, on behalf of the IBL, Dean's Manager of the Year ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Castelli. Congratulations, Dean, on your achievement. Fans, please direct your attention back to the field and welcome Alexander Rouleau from the Hamilton Cardinals under-18 and Timothy Huggins from Hamilton Challenger Baseball to throw out today's ceremonial first pitches. Alexander and Timothy, it is your pitches to open today's game. The umpires for this afternoon's game: behind the plate, Mike Guthrow. On the bases, Ray Brownlee and Alan Midgick. Field this afternoon's baseball honor guard, the Hamilton Cardinals under-18. And now the starting lineup for your Hamilton Cardinals. Leading off, the left fielder, number 13, Ryan Fremantle. Batting second, the catcher, number 18, Jeremy Bayou. Batting third, the center fielder, number 11, Justin Gideon. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 43, Chris Procopio. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 6, Lane Renault. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 44, Clay Miller. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 8, Jordan Young. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 15, Connor Mitchell. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 4, Brendan Nieva. And today's Cardinals starting pitcher, right-hander number 55, Ryan Burnside. Today's starting lineup was brought to you by CarStar Collision and Glass Service. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of O Canada.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hamilton Cardinals Baseball. This is Harvey Sahker up in the bird's nest overlooking CarStar Field at Bernie Arbour Stadium. The Cardinals host the Welland Jackfish today. Welland currently occupy 4th place in the 17 Inter-County Baseball League. The Jackfish are 1 game behind the Toronto Maple Leafs and a half game ahead of the Barrie Baycats, who are idle today. Hamilton is currently tied for 6th place with the Brantford Red Sox. Brantford are the visitors at Christie Pitts this afternoon in Toronto. The format of the quarterfinals is as follows this season. The first place team, London in this case, gets a bye and advances to the semis. The quarterfinals are best of 3 series, 2nd versus 7th, 3rd versus 6th, and 4th versus 5th. Hamilton pitcher Ryan Burnside is going through his warm-up pitches. Hamilton and Welland played here 2 weeks ago. It was a wild one. Welland led 9-1 after 4 innings, only for the Cardinals to bat around in 2 straight frames and hang on for what seemed to be an unlikely 14-13 win. In today's pregame ceremony, Hamilton skipper Dean Castelli was presented with the 2019 Manager of the Year award. Here are the first 3 batters for the visiting Welland Catfish. Leading off and playing first base is number 24, Griffin Keller. Batting second and playing second base is number 13, Brandon Nicholson. Batting third and playing third base is number 23, Dane Toftland. And we are just about ready to go. Ryan Burnside has finished his warm-up pitches.
Fans, the first inning is
Griffin Keller is stepping up to the plate.
Local 837.
It's a beautiful sunny and dry day in Hamilton today.
Leading off the first for the Welland Jackfish, first baseman, number 24, Griffin Keller.
Griffin Keller having a fine season. He's got 7 home runs for the Jackfish and 22 RBIs, and is batting a robust .364. Here comes Ryan Burnside's first delivery. It's taken low and outside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. You may recognize Ryan Burnside as a position player on the Cardinals, but he has pitched several times this year. Outside, 3-0. This is his 6th appearance on the mound and his 3rd start. There's strike 1, 3 on the count now. Burnside has a 3.94 run average. Full count now on Griffin Keller, the Welland first baseman. Pitch, ground ball out towards second. Over to first for the out. That was a nice Sunday hop for Brandon Nieva, the Hamilton second baseman. That will bring Brandon Nicholson up to the plate.
Number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson hitting .245 this season in 13 games. First pitch is driven to center, not deep. Justin Gideon shades his face and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Third baseman, number 23, Dane Toffland.
Dane Toffland, the Welland third baseman, will now bat. Toffland is hitting over 400, 419 to be exact, with 8 home runs and 35 RBIs. That's more than an RBI a game. Here comes the first pitch from Ryan Burnside. It's taken high and tight for ball 1. Members of the Jackfish unmistakable in their bright green jerseys. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled straight back, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and blooped out towards right center field, and it lands between second baseman Brandon Nieva and right fielder Lane Renault for a single. So the Jackfish have a run around first with 2 out.
Designated hitter, number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
That will bring up DH Matt Hildebrand. Hildebrand has 7 home runs and is hitting .321 this season. This is the last day of the regular season in the Intercounty. Here comes the first pitch to Hildebrand. It's outside, ball 1. All 7 teams in the league make the playoffs. Hamilton is currently tied with Brantford for the number 6 spot. There's a pitch taken on the outside on the black for strike 1. 1-1 is the count now. 2-way run around first. The Cardinals last played on Friday evening here at Bernie Arbour Stadium. Oh, there's a ground ball out towards second. Nieva dives for it, can't come up with it. That'll be a single for Hildebrand, and Dane Toffland goes to third on the play. Let's say Hamilton hosted the Toronto Maple Leafs here on Friday and came out on the wrong end of
Right
it,
fielder
20-7
Dennis DeBenning.
score. Justin Gideon hit his 6th home run of the year on Friday. Ryan Burnside, who's pitching this afternoon, hit his 3rd, and Chris Procopio, whose bat has come alive the last couple of weeks, hit his 2nd. First pitch to right fielder Dennis DeBenning is swung on and missed for strike 1. Next pitch is lofted out towards right field, but that's going to go foul. It rolls out towards the bench in the visitors' bullpen. As you'll know if you've been here before, there's ample foul territory at Bernie Arbour Stadium. 0-2 the count. The pitch to DeBenning is up high for a ball. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's also high. 2-2. DeBenning is hitting .241 this season. That one's fouled off. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, grounded out towards short. Needs to root over to second. The throw is a little bit high, and you have jumped up, made the catch, and then making sure to touch the base before the incoming runner. So in the top of the first, there were no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners were left on board. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first. Left fielder Ryan Fremantle will lead off for the Hamilton Cardinals here in the bottom of the first inning. On the bump for Welland today is Brandon Underhill, who is making his pitching debut for the Jackfish this season. Here comes the first pitch. It swung, grounded out towards second, caught and thrown over to first for the out. 4-3 for scoring. Catcher Jeremy Veilleux will now bat for Hamilton.
Catcher number 18, Jeremy Veilleux.
Veilleux is batting .246. He has been in 23 of Hamilton's 30 games this season. Still looking for his first extra base hit. He drives the first pitch up the middle for a base hit. So Hamilton have a runner aboard with one out, and center fielder Justin Gideon coming up to the plate.
Center fielder number 11, Justin Gideon.
Gideon is among the intercounty leaders in various offensive categories, including batting average. He's hitting .367. He's also got 12 doubles and a half a dozen home runs. And he is tied for the team lead in RBIs with today's pitcher, Ryan Burnside. Gideon squares the bunt. Lets the pitch go. It's called a strike. Counts 0-1 on him. Gideon homered and had 2 hits against the Leafs here in Hamilton on Friday. That was a nice play by the second baseman to get to the ball, that ground ball, but Jeremy Veilleux slid ahead of the ball. That's a single for Justin Gideon. And more importantly for the Cardinals to have runners on first and second with one away. Chris Procopio hitting only .214, but he has raised his batting average quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. First pitch to him is fouled off. So that's not a single by Justin Gideon, that's his fielder's choice. Oh, and 1 the count, 1 away, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch is taken high and tight. Ball 1. Next pitch to Procopio is hit high and foul. I'm not sure it's going to stay in the park or not. No, it bounces just beyond the fence and out of the reach of Welland first baseman Griffin Keller. So the count's 1-2 on Chris Procopio now. Here comes the next pitch from Brandon Underhill. Hit grounded weakly to short. Third baseman cuts him off, makes the throw to first in time for the out. Both runners advance. So Jeremy Veilleux is now on third, and Justin Gideon is on second. 2 out for right fielder Lane Renault. Lane Renault is batting .264 this season. He's been in all but 2 of Hamilton's games here in the 2021 campaign. Here comes the first pitch to him. Curveball taken for called strike. a bit of an unusual game in that both starting pitchers are usually position players. Next pitch is swung on and missed. 0-2 is the count now. This pitch is well high and inside. 1-2. There have been some interesting aircraft flying about. The planes are participating in the CNE air show, which is going on without the CNE this year. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Lane Renault. That's high. That evens the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Lined out towards left field. That will be a single. Vea scores. Here comes Justin Gideon. The throw is offline. And Hamilton have scored the first 2 runs of the ball game. A 2-out single by Lane Renault.
Designated hitter, number 44, Clay Miller.
That will bring the designated hitter Clay Miller to the plate for the Cardinals, who now have 2 runs in, a runner on first and 2 away. He drives one, a soft liner out to short, caught by the Welland shortstop, and the side is retired. But Hamilton gets 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. They left 1 aboard, and we will be back in a moment with the second inning. Bottom of the first was 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Cena. It's in the dirt. 2-1. I have been informed that single by Lane Renault was his 99th hit as a member of the Hamilton Cardinals, so he will no doubt be shooting for number 100. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's fouled off. 2-2.
You're moving a little too fast today.
Here comes the 2-2 delivery. It is driven into the alley in left center. That ball is up against the bottom of the fence. Throw in, taken by the shortstop, and Cena has himself a leadoff double here in the top of the second.
Center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott.
Eric Marriott, the Welland center fielder, will now step up to the plate. Left-handed hitter. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's fouled off. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Marriott hitting .286, and he has been in all but 2 of Welland's games this season. That looked like a slider, was low and inside. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Just low. 2-2. That's grounded out towards second. You have makes the catch, throws over to first in time. Zarley Sr. advances to third on the play. So the Jackfish have a runner at third base with one away, and catcher Andrew Mercier up at the plate. Another left-handed hitter for the Jackfish. First pitch is fouled off. Third baseman in slightly. The other infielders are at regular depth. Next pitch to Mercier is well outside. Villa has to lunge a little bit in order to catch that ball. 1-1 is the count now. Andrew Mercier is making his first appearance for the 2021 Welland Jackfish. He lines one into left field for a Texas League single, and Zarley Sr. scores from third on the play, so it's now 2-1 Hamilton.
Shortstop number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
And up to the plate now steps right-handed batter Nolan Pettipies, the Welland shortstop. First pitch to him is a quick ground ball over to third, over to second for one out. Can't complete the double play. So Pettipies is safe on a fielder's choice, and there's now 2 away. 5-4 is the put out at second.
First baseman number 24, Griffin Keller.
And Griffin Keller, the leadoff hitter for the Jackfish, will step up to the plate. He grounded out to the second baseman in the top of the first. 2 out, runner on first base. It's a ground ball, easy play for Chris Procopio at first. But the Jackfish score 1 run on 2 hits. There's no Hamilton errors, and there's 1 runner left on base. And we will be back with the bottom of the second in a moment. Third baseman Jordan Young will lead off the bottom of the second for the Hamilton Cardinals. First pitch to Young, swung on and grounded out between short and third, and leaks through for a single. So the Cardinals have their leadoff hitter aboard here in the bottom of the second. They are leading 2-1. And Connor Mitchell, who is normally a pitcher and is playing shortstop today, will now bat for the Cardinals. This is his first plate appearance of the season. Swung on and missed. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, driven out towards center fielder. That ball is beyond the center fielder. That will be a stand-up double. They hold the runner at third, lead runner at third.
Second baseman, number 4, Brandon Nieva.
That's a successful position player debut plate appearance for Connor Mitchell. Hamilton have runners on second and third with nobody out. And second baseman Brandon Nieva at the plate. Nieva hitting 186 this season. He drives one to left field. That will bounce in front of the left fielder, and it goes off his glove and behind. That will probably be scored a single and an error. Two RBIs for Brandon Nieva. Jordan Young and Connor Mitchell both score on the play. And the Cardinals are now ahead 4-1.
Left fielder, number 13, Ryan Fremantle.
Ryan Fremantle, the Hamilton left fielder, will now bat. There's a run around second. The ball gets by the catcher. It's a wild pitch on Brandon Underhill. So Nieva goes to third. The Cardinals getting some punch out of the bottom third of their lineup this inning. Next pitch to Ryan Fremantle is taken for ball 2. Ball's grounded out to second. Over to first for the up. The run scores. Hamilton has a 5-1 lead.
Catcher, number 18, Jeremy Mayu.
And catcher Jeremy Veilleux will step up to the plate for the Cardinals. Veilleux singled and scored in the first. First pitch to Veilleux is swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is swung, grounded out to third. That was an awkward turn by the Welland third baseman, who's not able to make a throw to first. I think they'll probably score that an infield single.
Center fielder, number 11, Justin Gideon.
Center fielder Justin Gideon will now bat. Here's a run, first and 2 and 1 away. Reaches for one, punches it out towards left field. Left fielder makes the catch, and there are 2 gone. First baseman Chris Procopio will now bat for the Cardinals.
Chris Procopio.
Procopio grounded out to third, his first at bat. First pitch to him is blooped out to right. It will land in front of the right fielder and skip by him. The throw comes into second. Procopio goes in with a double. That ball was tailing away from Welland right fielder Dennis DeBaney, and it skipped right by him. Two out runners on second and third for Lane Renault, who's looking for his 100th hit as a member of the Hamilton Cardinals. Waggles the bat. Checks his swing. Ball 1. Another check swing. That one gets by the catcher. And Jeremy Vea will score on a wild pitch. So it's 6-1 now for Hamilton. Hamilton now has a runner on third with 2 away. And the count is 2-0 on Lane Renault. Renault swings and misses on an inside pitch. Counts now 2-1. Mentioned that Renault is looking for his 100th hit as a Cardinal. 2 milestone records were set in the Inter-County League recently. I'll get back to those in a second. That ball is driven out to center. There it goes back. The wind's taking it, and it's off the base of the wall. That will be Lane Renault's 100th career hit as a Hamilton Cardinal. Chris Procopio scores from third.
Fans, join us in congratulating Hamilton Cardinals Lane Renault on collecting his 100th career IBL hit.
Sorry, that is Renault's 100th inter-county hit. The 2 milestones that were reached recently were Sean Riley's 1,000th career inter-county baseball league hit. Riley, who is the designated hitter for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season, is the first player in inter-county history to get 1,000 hits. And in addition to that particular milestone, well, there's a ground ball at the second, who wheels over to first for the out. In the bottom second, Hamilton scored 5 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 Welland error and 1 runner left on base. The score is 7-1 for Hamilton, and we'll be back at the top of the third in just a moment.
the Jackfish, second baseman number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson, the second baseman, will lead off the top of the third for the Welland Jackfish. He flew out to center in the first. First pitch to him, this at bat, is taken for a strike. I mentioned last inning that there were a couple of milestones recently reached. There's a single to left field for Brandon Nicholson. The first milestone was Sean Riley's 1,000th career inter-county hit, and the second was Hamilton relief pitcher Stefan Strecker's 300th appearance on the mound. Dane Toffland, who singled in the first, will now bat for Welland. Runner is going. Throw out the second. And Nicholson beat the tag. So there's a runner on second now with nobody out. That pitch to Toffland was a ball. There's some activity in the Welland bullpen. Next pitch to Toffland is outside for ball 2. Outside 3-0 now. Toffland, one of several Welland hitters who wields a bat that is half green, the same shade of green as their jerseys. Runner's going again. The ball is fouled high in the air on the first base side. Pitcher Ryan Burnside makes the catch, and Brandon Nicholson, who was off with the pitch, scurries back to second base. So there's one away and a run around second now, with DH Matt Hildebrand coming up to the plate.
Hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
Hildebrand singled in the first. That sounds like a broken bat. Lane Renault bats it down. The runner is Nicholson scores on the play, and Hildebrand's bat dies a hero, as they say. Give Hildebrand an RBI on the play. And it is now 7-2 for Hamilton. That will bring up right fielder Dennis DeBanning.
Left fielder, right fielder number 6, Dennis DeBanning.
DeBanning grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. One run in, a runner on first and one away here in the top of the third. And Burnside's first delivery to the Welland right fielder is taken for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Inside. 2-1 now. That ball is popped foul and it's going to go out of play. Pings off the bleachers on the first base side.
It's a great thing you got. She goes like this to protect her face. It's a great thing. She's like,
Ball is lined into left field for a single. DeBanning stops at first. Hildebrand stops at second. So the runners on first and second with one away for left fielder Zarly Sina, who doubled and scored in the second inning.
Sina.
And the first pitch to Sina is hit out towards right field. Lane Renault pedals back. Makes the. Did he make it? No, he dropped the ball. Looks like we got the runner going into second. There's a little bit of confusion. Lane Renault is pounding his glove and waving his hand. I think he's claiming that he made the catch, in which case they should. The put out on the play is 9-4-6.
Eric Marriott.
So now that the dust is settled, I can describe a little bit more detail what happened there. Zarly Sina is aboard on a fielder's choice. The umpire ruled that Renault did not catch that ball. But the runner on first, Dennis DeBanning, was forced at second. The put out there is 9-4-6. And their runners on first and third now with two away. That ball's in the dirt. Hildebrand will score from third on the play. And it's 7-3 Hamilton.
Wild pitch.
Score that as a wild pitch. So in the inning, there are 2 runs in for the Jackfish. They have a runner on second with 2 away. Grounded out towards short. Connor Mitchell, the ball goes between the wickets. That'll be an error on Mitchell. Sina scores on the play, and it is 7-4 for Hamilton.
Catcher, number 26, Andrew Mercier.
Catcher Andrew Mercier will now bat for the Jackfish. Mercier singled in the top of the second and knocked in Welland's first run. He hits a squibber out towards second. Throw it first, lots of time, and the side is retired. But Welland scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Hamilton error and 1 runner left on base. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the 3rd inning. Third baseman Jordan Young leading off the bottom of the third for Hamilton. He hits the first pitch out towards center field. Marriott comes in, the first pitch out towards center field. Marriott comes in, makes the catch, and there's one away. Shortstop Connor Mitchell will bat now for Hamilton.
Shortstop number 15, Connor Mitchell.
In his first plate appearance of the 2021 campaign, in the last inning, he doubled and later scored. First pitch is outside, 1-0. On the outside corner, strike one. 1-1. Ball is in the dirt. Hamilton leading 7-4 here in the bottom of the third. The ball is hit out towards center. Marriott drifting back, makes the catch, and there are two out. That will bring second baseman Brandon Nieva to the plate.
Number 4, Brandon Nieva.
Nieva hit a two-run single in the bottom of the second inning. The activity in the Welland bullpen has ceased for now. First pitch to Nieva, swung on and missed. Strike one. Another swing and a miss. 0-2. Underhill quickly ahead. Next pitch is fouled back. Still 0-2. That was a 55-footer by the look of it. Ball one. Strike three. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals in the bottom of the third. We'll be back in a moment
1, 2, 3,
for the top of the fourth inning.
We go to the fourth.
Shortstop Nolan Pettypiece will lead off the fourth inning for the Welland Jackfish. Pettypiece hit in with fielder's choice in his only previous at-bat so far today. Here comes the first pitch to him. Taken for a called strike. Pettypiece this game hitting .271. He's appeared in half of Welland's games this season. He hits one high to right. Wayne Renault drifts back, makes the catch, and there's one away. Up next is first baseman Griffin Keller.
First baseman number 24, Griffin Keller.
Keller has grounded out twice today. First pitch to him is taken for strike one. That's a ball. 1-1. This pitch outside. There's a ground ball out towards second. Played by Nieva, but he knocked the ball down. Just popped out of his glove. That'll be an infield single for Griffin Keller. And the Jackfish with one away.
Second baseman number 13, Brendan Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson up next for Welland. He's 1 for 2 with a stolen base and a run scored. First pitch is high, fast. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Taken, also high. There's a ball ground out towards short. Flip to second for one. Over first very high. So Nicholson is aboard with a fielder's choice. And there's 2 out for third baseman Dane Toftland. Nicholson's already stolen a base this game. He is definitely a threat to go.
Third baseman number 23, Dane Toftland.
That stolen base that he got. And he has yet to be thrown out. He takes the lead. Burnside holding on, throws back to first. Nicholson's back in plenty of time. Nicholson inching away from the bag at first. Pitch to Toftland is low. 1-0 the count to Toftland. Next pitch is high. 2-0. Toftland amongst the inter-county leaders this season with 8 home runs. Nicholson draws another throw from Ryan Burnside at first base. And Nicholson is back safely with room to spare. The count is 2-0 to Dane Toffland. Next pitch is taken. 3-0 now. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. It is taken for ball 4. So Dane Tofflin was aboard on a free pass. Brandon Nicholson advances to second.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
And Matt Hildebrand, the Welland DH, will step up to the plate. Hildebrand has 2 hits and 2 at-bats today. He's got a run scored and an RBI as well. First pitch to him is taken for a called strike. The Jackfish have lots of speed on the bases. The 2 base runners that they have on board right now have combined for over 30 stolen bases so far this season. Next pitch to Hildebrand is taken for a ball. Pitch bounces in front of the Hamilton catcher and scoots by. Both of the runners advance. That's a passed ball on Jeremy Veilleux. So with 2 out, the Jackfish have 2 runners in scoring position with their cleanup hitter at the plate and a 2-1 count. That's lined out towards left. That'll drop in front of the left fielder. The lead runner scores. The throw is cut off. Dane Tofflin scores. So that's a 2-run single for Matt Hildebrand. And Welland have cut Hamilton's lead to just 1 run. 7-6. Dennis DeBanning will bat next for the Jackfish, but not until the conference on the Hamilton mound is broken up by the home plate umpire. DeBanning is 1 for 2 today.
Right fielder number 6, Dennis DeBanning.
He singled in the 3rd and was later forced on an unusual 9-4-6 play. He swings at the first pitch and misses. All quiet in both bullpens at the moment. There's a called strike, and DeBanning is behind in the count. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded towards short. Nice Sunday hop for Connor Mitchell, who flips to Nieva for the force at second, and the side is retired. But Welland scored 2 more runs on 2 hits. There were no Hamilton errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the 4th inning. Catcher Jeremy Veilleux up to the plate for the Cardinals. Veilleux is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. count to Vea is 1-1. Pitch is high. 2-1. Ball's hit out towards left field. Left fielder goes back. It's past him. The ball rolls to the wall, and Jeremy Vea will go into second base with a stand-up double. So there's a runner in scoring position for Justin Gideon, the Hamilton center fielder. Gideon is 0 for 2 today. He has scored a run.
Center fielder number 11, Justin Gideon.
First pitch to Gideon is a fastball taken for a ball. And there is Hamilton bullpen activity. There's a ground ball towards first. Shovel over the pitcher covering. And Gideon is out. 3-1 for scoring. And Jeremy Vea advances to third on the play.
Baseman number 43, Chris Procopio.
Chris Procopio, the Hamilton first baseman, will now bat for the Cardinals. Procopio has doubled and scored in 2 trips to the plate today. He takes a high fastball for a ball. Next pitch is inside. 2-0 is the count now. Looks like Connor Mitchell, the starting shortstop for the Cardinals, is warming up in the Hamilton bullpen. Pitch to Procopio is fouled back. 2-1 the count to him now. Hamilton have a runner on third and two-way. They're clinging to a 1-run 7-6 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch is inside and low, ball 3. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitched like it was inside, but Procopio couldn't resist it. So that will run the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Taken for ball 4.
Right fielder number 6, Lane Renault.
Lane Renault is 2 for 2 today. He has 3 RBIs. He singled in the first and doubled in the second. That double was his 100th career intercounty hit. He swings on the first pitch and misses. Strike 1. Runners on the corners, 2-away. Ball was pulled foul down the third base line out towards the Hamilton bullpen. Underhill ahead in the count, 0-2. Here comes the pitch. A flare hit towards right center. That will land safely. Fayou scores from third. Procopio goes from first to third on the play. And Lane Rojas his third base run scoring hit of the ballgame. He's got 4 RBIs altogether this afternoon.
Designated hitter, number 44, Clay Miller.
Clay Miller, the Hamilton DH, will bat next. Miller is 0 for 2 so far today. There is activity in the Welland bullpen as well now. Hamilton now ahead 8-6. They have runners on first and second and 2 away. First pitch to Miller is outside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken for ball 2. There's a strike taken right down Main Street by the look of it. 2-1 the count now to Clay Miller, the Hamilton designated hitter. The ball bounces in front of Welland catcher Andrew Mercier, running the count to 3-1. Miller had only 4 at-bats coming into this game. He had a single and a double in 4 trips. And he walks to load the bases. Jordan Young, the third baseman for the Cardinals, will now bat with the bases loaded in 2-way. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's taken for a ball. Brandon Underhill, the Welland pitcher, seems to be laboring a little bit this inning. He's walked 2 and given up a pair of hits. Those are the first 2 free passes he's issued in this game. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. A little bit of chirping from the Welland dugout on that particular pitch. Underhill's teammates expressing their disbelief in that particular pitch call, and that will prompt a visit to the mound and a conference involving all of the Welland infielders, the catcher, and Underhill, the pitcher. Welland manager Brian Essery is a former professional pitcher himself. He played for 3 years. He played independent pro ball. Partly in Welland, mostly in Welland, in fact. to Young is 2-0. And the next pitch is taken for ball 3. I dare say that if he walks Young, that will be the end of the afternoon for Brandon Underhill, but we'll see. And that's ball 4. And that will prompt another mound visit, and it is indeed the end of the day for Brandon Underhill. Chris Procopio scores as a result of the bases loaded walk. Lane Renault advances to third. Clay Miller advances to second. Connor Mitchell, the Hamilton DH, now bat, and the first pitch that he sees is lofted into the outfield. Center fielder Marriott drifts over, makes the catch, and the sign is retired. But Hamilton scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Welland errors, and there were 3 runners left on base. We'll be back
2 runs, 2 hits,
with the top of the 5th in a moment.
Leading off the 5th for the Jackfish.
Left fielder Zarly Sina will lead off the 5th inning for Welland. That last out in the bottom of the 4th, a fly out by Connor Mitchell to center field, was against a new Welland pitcher Robert Mackey. More on him a little bit later. First pitch to Cena is lined into left field for a single. It bounces off Ryan Fremantle, but he keeps the ball in front of him, and Cena holds it first. Eric Marriott, the Welland center fielder, will bat next. He's 0 for 2 so far today.
Eric Marriott.
Welland trying to cut into Hamilton's lead here. They have the lead hitter aboard, down by 3, 9-6 here in the top of the 5th inning at Bernie Arbour Stadium. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's taken for ball 2. The count to Eric Marriott. Pitches outside. 3-0 now. Both bullpens are quiet at the moment. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. It's high, ball 4. So Welland have runners on first and second with nobody out.
Catcher number 26, Andrew Mercier.
And Andrew Mercier, the catcher, now batting. Mercier is 1 for 2 with an RBI today. First pitch to him is a ball. Mercier bunts. Ball is picked up by the third baseman over to first. 5-3 is the play on the sacrifice bunt if you're scoring. Zarly Cena advances to third on the play, and Eric Marriott advances to second.
Shortstop number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
And Nolan Pettipies, the Welland shortstop, will now bat. Pettipies is 0 for 2. Second and third, and 1 away here in the top of the 5th. The fielders are in at the corners and regular depth in the middle. Pitch taken for a called strike by Pettipies. One and one, the count, 1 away, 2 runners on. Ball is lifted out towards left field. Should be a fairly routine play. Fremantle makes the catch. Runner tags from third and will score. The runner from second holds. So it's a sacrifice fly for Nolan Pettipies. And Welland cuts the Hamilton lead to 2 runs. It is now 9-7.
First baseman number 24, Griffin Keller.
Griffin Keller now at the plate for Welland. Left-handed first baseman is 1 for 3 this afternoon. Pitch is low. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. Ball is grounded to first. Procopio snags it, beats the runner to the bag, and the side is retired. Welland score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Hamilton errors, and 1 runner was left on. We will go to the bottom of the 5th and be back with you in just a moment. Second baseman Brandon Nieva will lead off the bottom of the 5th for Hamilton. Nieva is 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBIs today. He is facing Welland relief pitcher Rod Mackey, who got the 3rd out of the 4th inning for the Jackfish. First pitch to Nieva is strike 1. This is Rod Mackey's 7th pitching appearance for the Jackfish in 2021. He's yet to give up an earned run. And his next pitch plunks Nieva, so Hamilton have the leadoff batter aboard here in the 5th. Ryan Fremantle will step up to the plate now for the Cardinals.
Number 13, Ryan Fremantle.
Fremantle is 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out twice and flown out. He has an RBI. First pitch to Fremantle is swung on and missed. Mackey's a fast worker. He gets the ball back from his catcher and he's ready to go. Nieva taking a short lead at first. The next pitch to Fremantle is a ball. One and one the count. Next pitch is well outside, beyond the reach of catcher Andrew Mercier. That's a wild pitch, and Brandon Nieva will advance to second on the play. was the first wild pitch of the season issued by Robert Mackey. This next pitch is more of the same. Wasn't quite as wide and glances off Mercier's glove. Nieva advances to third, and players will have a little bit of a chit chat. Mercier is summoning someone out of the dugout. I think that's it for Robert Mackey. He's moving his shoulder as if there's something wrong with it. He's getting some attention from someone who I assume is the Welland. Come out of the dugout to see what's up with his right-hander. And he's finished for the afternoon. We'll see who's going to be coming to the mound for the Jackfish.
The London Majors lead the Kitchener Panthers 9-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning from Jack Couch Park in Kitchener, while the Toronto Maple Leafs lead the Brantford Red Sox 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning from Dominico Field at Christie Pitts.
We have a new pitcher for the Welland Jackfish. Casey Howard has come in to relieve Rob Mackey, who left the game with an apparent shoulder injury. He has inherited a 3-1 count to Ryan Fremantle, the Hamilton left fielder. First pitch to Fremantle was ball 4. That walk is charged to Mackey. And Jeremy Veilleux, who is 3 for 3 and has scored 3 runs for the Cardinals, is next up. There are runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Hamilton leading Welland 9-7. We have a couple of out-of-town scores for you at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener. The London Majors are leading the Panthers 9-4 in the 6th. There's a run-scoring single to left field by Jeremy Veilleux. Ryan Fremantle goes to second on the play. Justin Gideon will step up to the plate. There was a scoring decision change on Gideon's fielder's choice in the first that has been changed to a single. So Gideon is now 1 for 3 with a run scored. Casey Howard, the Welland hurler, has had his troubles this season. This is his 12th appearance for Welland. He has an ERA of 13.5 at the moment. He's made 10 wild pitches. The count's 1-1 to Gideon. Runners on first and second. Hamilton has a run in this inning. Pitch to Gideon is fouled back. Howard's whip so far this year is almost 3. Gideon fouls one off. The count on him is 1-2. Because Mackey left the game injured, Howard was given as much time as he needed in order to warm up. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Howard to Justin Gideon. It's line ball, line to second, and they get a double play. So there are
first baseman number 43, Chris Procopio.
Chris Procopio will bat now for Hamilton. There's a runner on first with 2 away.
Everybody knows Steve. Everybody went there for Steve, and now they get rid of him. Artie just starts old school.
Procopio is 1 for 2. He hit a double in the second inning. He walked once, and he has scored a pair of runs. The first pitch from Howard is swung on and missed for strike 1. Hamilton leading 10-7 here in the bottom of the 5th. Throw over to first. Jeremy Villa is back at the bag in plenty of time. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and miss, strike 2. Howard sets and fires. The ball is driven to center field. Marriott going back, he's on the track, and he makes the play. So the side is retired. Hamilton get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Welland errors, and 1 runner was left on base. After 5 innings, it is Hamilton 10, Welland 7, and we'll be back in a moment with the 6th inning.
We go to the 6th. For the Jackfish, second baseman number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson, the Welland second baseman, will lead off the sixth. We mentioned that we had a couple of out-of-town scores for you. Only gave you one. London was leading Kitchener 9-4 at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener. At Christie Pitts in Toronto, the Leafs are leading the Brantford Red Sox 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh. That ball is lofted out into right field and just beyond the reach of Chris Procopio in foul territory. One and one the count. Pitch is taken inside and low for ball two. Still all quiet in the Hamilton bullpen. That ball is hit down the third baseline fair. And that looks like a double for Brandon Nicholson. He goes in standing up. And won't have a runner in scoring position with nobody away. And third baseman Dane Toftland coming to the plate. Toftland is 1 for 2 of the walk today. He has scored 1 run.
Third baseman number 23, Dane Toftland.
The first pitch to Toftland is in the dirt for ball 1. Stefan Strecker is ambling out to the bullpen down the left field line for the Cardinals. Next pitch to Toftland is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Run around second, nobody away.
Meanwhile, I hit the coach while Emery killed me the other day.
Ball was hit out towards right. Lane Renault makes a nice catch. Runner tags and is safe at third. So Welland have a runner on third and 1 away for designated hitter Matt Hildebrand, who was 3 for 3 with a run scored and 3 runs batted in today.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
He waves at a pitch, but the appeal falls on deaf ears. The umpire at third base says no, he did not go, so the count is 1-0. Next pitch is a fastball outside, ball 2. Hildebrand golfs the next pitch, foul on the third base side. Next pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. That evens the count at 2-2. It's hit a shot down the first baseline fair. That will score the runner from third. Hildebrand is chugging into second with a stand-up double. And the score is now 10-8 Hamilton.
Where's the replay? Where's the replay?
Right fielder number 6, Dennis DeBanning.
Dennis DeBanning, the Welland right fielder, is next up. He is 1 for 3 today. They're appealing at first, saying that Hildebrand missed the base. The umpire says no, he did not miss the base. So Hildebrand is on second, and there's one away. And Welland has cut the Hamilton lead to 10-8.
Oh, yeah.
Next pitch is a called strike. There's a pitch that's driven out towards right field. Renault is getting backwards. That ball is gone. A home run for Dennis DeBanning. Matt Hildebrand scores in front of him, and the score is now tied at 10 apiece. And that will prompt a visit to the mound by one of the Hamilton coaches. The Welland Jackfish have scored in every inning except the first so far this afternoon. Pitch to Zarley Sina is high for a ball. Hamilton also has scored in every inning bar one, that one in being the third inning. There's a pitch taken for a called strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Pitch is fouled back. Gabe Braun is warming up in the Hamilton bullpen. Left-hander. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Chopped out towards short. Throw over to first in time. 2 away. Eric Marriott, the Welland center fielder, will now bat.
Eric Marriott.
Marriott is 0 for 2 and has walked. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Three and 0. And Eric Marriott walks on 4 pitches. That will bring up catcher Andrew Mercier.
Catcher number 26, Andrew Mercier.
Mercier is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in this game. He also has a run batted in. There's 2 out, a runner on first, and 3 runs are in this inning for the Jackfish. They have tied the score at 10 apiece. Mercier takes the first pitch for a called strike. Next pitch is low, ball 1. There's a ground ball hit towards Brandon Nieva at second. Catches it, throws over to Procopio at first, then the side is retired. But Welland scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no Hamilton errors and no 1 runner left on base. After 5.5, it is 10-all, and we will be back in a moment with the
Right fielder number 6, Lane Renault.
Lane Renault, the Hamilton right fielder, will lead off the bottom of the 6th. Lane Renault is 3 for 3 today with a double and 4 runs batted in. Those hits included the 100th of his inter-county baseball league career. Here comes Casey Howard's first pitch of the inning. It's in the dirt, ball 1. Cleanly picked by catcher Andrew Mercier. And if that name rings a bell, it's because It's the same Andrew Mercier that played independent pro ball for London in the ill-fated Canadian Baseball League way back in 2003. The count is 2-0 to Renault. For those of you who are not familiar with the Canadian Baseball League, it was an ill-fated independent pro league that folded midway through its first and only season back in 2003. The 2-0 pitch to Renault was swung on and fouled. There were 4 teams east of the Prairies and 4 teams west of the Prairies in that league. And the eastern teams included Welland. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Lane Renault. It's hit out towards left field. Muffed by the left fielder. It's picked up by Marriott, the center fielder, and Lane Renault. It makes it the second base. I think that will probably be scored an error on the left fielder.
Designated hitter number 44, Clay Miller.
A few wind gusts in recent innings, and it's possible that contributed to Zarly Cena's misplaying of that fly ball. Clay Miller will now bat for the Cardinals. He takes first pitch for ball 1. That ball is driven to center. Marriott makes the catch, and there's one out. There was no chance for Lane Renault to advance. Jordan Young batting next for Hamilton. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. And he takes the first pitch. And he takes the first pitch from Casey Howard for a called strike. 1 out, runner on second. The score is tied 10-10 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitches outside. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Taken just low and outside for ball 2. Gabe Braun warming up again in the Hamilton bullpen. Ball is chopped towards the shortstop. throw over to first in time, and there are 2 away. Lane Renault advances to third on the play.
Shortstop number 15, Connor Mitchell.
That will bring up shortstop Connor Mitchell, who is 1 for 3. He doubled and scored in his first at bat of the season back in the second inning, and has since flied out twice to the center fielder. Runner on third, 2 away. The score tied at 10 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is taken outside, 1-1 to count. Gabe Braun busy in the Hamilton bullpen based on the greeting that he got from some of his teammates after the top of the 6th. It looks like Ryan Burnside's day on the mound might be done. Next pitch to Mitchell is outside, so the count on him is 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Mitchell. It is pulled, and snared. It is pulled, and snared in midair by the Welland first baseman. He makes a fine looping catch for the 3rd out. No runs on no hits for Hamilton in the bottom of the 6th. There was 1 Welland error and 1 runner left on base. After 6, it's 10-10, and we'll be back in a moment with the 7th inning. Nolan Pettypiece is leading off the 7th for Welland. Hamilton has a new pitcher. It is not Gabe Braun. Number 44 is, of course, DH Clay Miller, who is now the pitcher. He will continue to bat in the number 6 slot. Pettypiece lines an 0-1 pitch into center field for a solid single. And Welland have the leadoff hitter aboard here in the top of the 7th. will bring up first baseman Griffin Keller, who was 1 for 4 today.
First baseman number 24, Griffin Keller.
First pitch to him is a strike. This is Miller's 4th appearance on the hill for Hamilton this season. He has a record of 0-2. This is his first relief appearance. And he strikes out Griffin Keller for the first out.
Second baseman number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson is next up for the Jackfish. Brandon is 2 for 4 this afternoon with a double and 3 runs scored. First pitch to him is taken for a ball outside. He also has a stolen base, his 14th of the season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One out, runner on first. Score is tied at 10 apiece. The ball is chopped foul. Ball gets by Chris Procopio for a single. Renault throws it to third. And Welland have runners at second and third with one away. Call that a single. And Nicholson goes to second on the throw. They will intentionally walk Dane Toftland, which will load the bases for Matt Hildebrand, who is 4 for 4 today.
And hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
Welland looking to take their first lead of the game. They have the bases loaded with one away, and the first pitch to Hildebrand is a called strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It is golfed into right field. That'll be a single. That will score 2. Dane Toftland goes to third on the play. Matt Hildebrand, has himself a 2-run single, and more importantly for the Jackfish, they have a 12-10 lead.
Right fielder number 6, Dennis DeBanning.
So the runners on the corners with one away, and Dennis DeBanning at the plate for the Jackfish, who have now taken a 12-10 lead. First pitch to DeBanning is a called strike on the inside corner. That ball is hit out towards the second baseman, flipped the shortstop for 1 out, over to first for a double play. 4-6-3 double play. But when we got 2 runs on 3 hits, there were no Hamilton errors, and 2 runners were left on base.
2 runs, 3 hits, and
12-10 Welland at the 7th inning stretch, and we'll be back shortly.
Jack. 7th inning for the Cardinals, second baseman number 4, Brandon Nieva.
Brandon Nieva will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Cardinals. Nieva is 1 for 2 with a walk and a couple of runs. Sorry, with a hit by pitch and a couple of runs scored.
Thanks, Sam. I mean, AJ. You got one of those too, right? What? Got it for his 2 seconds.
Count on Nieva is 1-1. The line on Hamilton starter Ryan Burnside is complete. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 13 hits, 10 runs, of which 8 were earned. He made 111 pitches, of which 63 were strikes. Nieva hits a high pop fly out towards the second baseman Nicholson, who makes the play, and there's 1 out.
Left fielder number 13, Ryan Fremantle.
Ryan Fremantle, the Hamilton left fielder, is next up. He is 0 for 3 with a walk and an RBI this afternoon. First offering from Casey Howard is low and outside for ball 1. Stefan Strecker warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It swung on and fouled off. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just outside. Another outside pitch. That runs the count to 3-1.
One of those stupid things.
Swing and a miss. Full count now to Ryan Fremantle, the Hamilton left fielder. Hard sets. Ball low, and Fremantle gets a free.
Catcher number 18, Jeremy Veilleux.
That will bring up catcher Jeremy Veilleux, who is 4 for 4 with a double, 3 runs scored, and a run batted in. Those 4 hits have raised Veilleux's batting average by over 40 points in this game. Tip foul.
Just make it clap. Just make it clap. Just make it clap.
to Jeremy Veilleux. Runner on first, one away. Ball was lined towards second. There's one out, and they double the runner off first base. For Hamilton, the bottom of the seventh, there were no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After seven, it's Welland 12, Hamilton 10, and we will be back in a moment with the eighth inning. Left fielder Zarlicina will lead off the eighth for the Hamilton Jackfish. Zarlicina has a pair of hits this afternoon. He hits the first pitch out towards right field. It's going to be trouble. Lane Renault makes... Oh, it looked like he made a basket catcher, but he dropped the ball. That will be scored in error. E9 if you're scoring the game. And Welland have the leadoff hitter aboard here in the eighth. Clay Miller on the mound for the Cardinals.
Center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott.
Eric Marriott is 0 for 2 and has walked twice this afternoon. He bunts. Miller fields it over to Procopio at first, and there's one away. One to 3 if you're scoring. Andrew Mercier, the catcher,
number 26,
now
Andrew
up
Mercier.
for the Jackfish. Mercier is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a sacrifice bunt. First pitch to him is fouled straight back. Wind picking up a little bit. If it's favoring anybody, it would be a left-handed hitter. Miller pulled the string on that pitch, and he's quickly had 0-2 in the count. Runner on second, one away. Welland looking to pad what is currently a 2-run lead here in the top of the eighth. He hits a ground ball to first. Procopio picks it up, steps on the bag for the out. as Arlecina advances to third on the play. And there are now 2 out with a runner on third.
Shortstop number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
First pitch to Nolan Pettipies results in a nice running catch by Justin Gideon. So for Welland in the top of the 8th, no runs on no hits. There was 1 Hamilton error and 1 runner left on base. We will be back in a moment with the bottom of the 8th inning.
Center fielder number 11, Justin Gideon.
Justin Gideon, the center fielder, will lead off the bottom of the 8th for Hamilton. Gideon is 1 for 4 with a run scored this afternoon. And of course, he just made a fine running catch at his shoe tops to end the top of the 8th. Casey Howard on the mound for Welland, pitching his 4th inning of relief. Ball is hit past the diving Welland first baseman, and Justin Gideon is aboard to start the bottom of the 8th.
First baseman, number 43, Chris Procopio.
Chris Procopio, the Cardinals' first baseman, is now batting. He is 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Hamilton currently down 12-10 here in the bottom of the 8th frame. Casey Howard throwing over to first to keep Justin Gideon honest. There's a ball fouled off near the the Welland dugout, out of reach for first baseman Griffin Keller. So the count on Chris Procopio is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, Howard throws over to first again, and Gideon is safe. Gideon is going with the pitch, ground ball to short. Can't make the play at second. Throw over to first for the out. So Justin Gideon is now on second, and there's one away for right fielder Lane Renault.
Right fielder number 6, Lane Renault.
Lane Renault is 3 for 4 with a double and 4 runs batted in. That pitch is inside outed, foul down the first baseline. 0-1 the count. Inside, ball 1. And the sun is getting to the point in the sky where it's directly in the eyes of the players on the right side of the field. That could be a factor, particularly if there's a ball hit to the outfield. Throw it short. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Clay Miller. Foul tip. Clay stays alive. We have another Hamilton pitcher heading out to the bullpen. Not quite sure who it is. 1-2 to count to Clay Miller. About around third, 2-way. Foul ball. Out of play. Howard sets. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Ball is golfed well foul on the first base side. 2-2. 2 out. Runner on third. Welland leading the Cardinals 12-10 here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch is outside. That will render the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on a line directly at the Welland second baseman for the third out. So in the 8th for the Cardinals, no runs on 1 hit, there were no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. After 8, it is Welland 12, Hamilton 10, and we will be back in a moment with the 9th inning.
For the Jackfish, first baseman
Griffin Keller will lead off the top of the 9th for the Welland Jackfish. Griffin Keller is 1 for 5. He has grounded out 3 times and struck once. He is facing a new Hamilton pitcher, Stefan Strecker. Once more. They've gotten their first batter on
Second
base
baseman number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
for 5 consecutive innings now. First pitch to Brandon Nicholson is a called strike. Wind is definitely picking up now. straight to 0-2 to Brandon Nicholson, who has 3 hits and 5 at-bats today. He has 4 runs scored, a double and a stolen base. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Stefan Strecker. It is just low. Foul ball. Runner on first for Welland and nobody out. The count is 1-2 on second baseman Brandon Nicholson. Both bullpens quiet now. Another foul ball off the bat of Brandon Nicholson. There's a ground ball hit towards short. Over to second for the force. No throw to first. 6-4 if you're scoring. That will prompt a visit to the mound. Looks like manager Dean Castelli going out to talk to his ace out of the pen. And Stefan Strecker's afternoon is done. So we have a pitching change.
Are they doing that to save Strucker?
No, it's
9. Oh, that's the. And he's what, face 1 batter, 2 batters? 1 out. You can't risk getting your ground ball double play.
Third baseman, number 23, James Hoffland.
Julian Tomochko is the new Hamilton pitcher. and he will face Dane Toffland with a runner on first and 1 away here in the top of the 9th. The runner is going and will not draw a throw. That base was stolen on the pitcher. Tomachko had a very good outing as a starter against the Toronto Maple Leafs at Christie Pitts a week ago. He went 7+ innings and gave up just 2 runs. Runner on second, 1 away. And he's going to third, and the throw from the catcher sails away. But Brandon Nicholson is unable to advance any further than third. Brandon Nicholson now has 16 stolen bases this season and has not yet been thrown out. Welland has a runner on third and 1 away. The infield is in. Count 2-1 on Dane Toffland. Fouled off, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit high into center fielder. Justin Gideon makes the catch. Here comes the throw. It's a little bit late. A little bit of a clumsy slide. Nicholson does score on the play. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Dane Toffland, and Welland has extended their lead to 13-10. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change. Connor Mitchell, the shortstop, will go to the mound. Tomachko will move from the mound to first base, and I believe that Chris Procopio has gone to third. Jordan Young, no doubt, is now playing shortstop.
Today's pitching change is brought to you by RBC Royal Bank. Defensive changes for the Cardinals. Chris Procopio moves to third base. Julian Tomachko remains in the game at first base. Jordan Young moves to second base. And Brandon Nieva moves to shortstop.
So Matt Hildebrand will now bat for Welland. He gets the first pitch. Ground ball to Tomachko, is now playing first. And that will retire the side. For Welland in the top of the ninth, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Hamilton errors, and nobody was left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It is Welland 13, Hamilton 10. And we'll be back in just a moment. It's last gasp time for the Hamilton Cardinals. Here in the bottom of the ninth, they are down 13-10 to Welland. The first pitch to Jordan Young is a called strike. On the mound now for Welland is Dane Toffland, who started at first base. As a result of him taking the mound, DH Matt Hildebrand has gone to first. Griffin Keller, who started at first, has gone to third. Sorry, Toffland started as the third baseman. My mistake. The count on Young is 0-2. Ground ball to short. Throw over to first in time. There's one away. That will bring up Connor Mitchell, who was 1 for 4 with a double on run scored this afternoon.
Pitcher number 15, Connor Mitchell.
Welland got a terrific long relief outing from Casey Howard this afternoon. Howard threw 4 shutout innings for the Jackfish and gave up only 2 hits in the process. Count on Connor Mitchell is 1-1. Nobody on, one away. Hamilton trying to claw their way back into this one. They're down by 3 runs, 13-10. Down to their last 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss by Connor Mitchell for strike 2. I've been corrected. The count is 2-2. And Connor Mitchell goes down swinging. Hamilton is down to their last out.
Shortstop number 4, Brendan Yella.
Brandon Neva is 1 for 3 this afternoon. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a couple of runs. The first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Next pitch is foul off. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taken on the outside corner. And the Cardinals are down to their last strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will do it. The final score is Welland 13, Hamilton 10 for the Jackfish. 13 runs on 17 hits. There were 2 Hamilton errors and 9 runners were left on base. For the Cardinals, 10 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors and 8 runners left on base. The winning pitcher is Casey Howard of the Jackfish. Give the save to Dane Toftland. The losing pitcher is Clay Miller. That's all for today. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend, folks, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.